Hi, yeah, my name's Chris McDougall. Everyone calls me Doogs. I'm from Australia, but I live in Switzerland, and I base jump for a living. So we're here to do a talk on wingsuit flying and the history of wingsuit flying and my history. And it's good to be able to talk in a positive light about wingsuiting because it has a very bad stigma towards it with the media. So hopefully I can shed some light on the safety measures we take to be a good, safe wingsuit pilot. This will be the first talk purely on wingsuits that I've done, so I'm quite nervous about it. And my fear, I'm really scared of public speaking. My heart's racing even now, so I try and always challenge my fears and overcome them. And for me, this is one of the big ones. So what people don't see on social media with me is how scared I am as a human being. And I'm scared of everything, but people don't see that part of me because they only see a picture or a video on YouTube. So for me, putting myself out there in an uncomfortable position is my way of challenging myself to try and be a better person. I mean, probably the craziest stuff I've ever done was working a normal job. So for me, working in a cubicle for 45 years, that's crazy because you're wasting your life. But for other people, jumping off buildings and cliffs for a living, that's crazy. So crazy is it's a word that can be used in any way. So I'd like to think of myself as I've done some super fun stuff. On videos, you'll only see the crazy moments, but behind the scenes, we do a hell of a lot of work to be safe. So this is what we do is not sustainable if you're crazy. So some of like the top extreme sports people in the world are some of the most sane people you'll ever meet because the more dangerous things get, the more you have to manage the risk. And that's hugely important for me. And my two major accidents I've had in recent times have both been from skateboarding. So, whereas when I'm in the air, everything's okay. So that's the most important thing. So the word crazy, crazy is for crazy people. People think we're on this death wish. We've got the balls to die if we want to, so it's not a death wish, it's a wish of life. So unfortunately, the sport comes with risks, and if you don't manage those risks, you can die, but you can die doing anything. Probably the biggest killer and the most hardcore extreme sport in the world is drinking and smoking. That kills more people than anyone, but the government can make money off that, so it's a bit different. So that's what's an extreme sport and what is risk. They're very open questions, but if I wanted to die, I'd be dead already. If there was a high risk of me dying on each jump, there's no way I would do a jump ever again. So same with everything. I only do stuff that I feel I can manage the risk with. So I think I strangled my adrenal gland about 20 years ago. I think I killed it. Yeah, so I don't so much, my adrenal gland, it's dead. So I don't get so much adrenaline. I'll probably get more adrenaline from this than a base jump. It's about controlling the adrenaline. So when I'm speed flying or when I'm base jumping or wingsuit flying, I get this nice flow state. I'm really calm and stuff. But then, when I'm motorbike riding or skiing, I'm getting an adrenaline rush because I'm not as good at it. So family in the sport is really important. That's what drew me into the sport in the first place, was this sense of family. And it's kept me in there all the way through. So the sport has grown so much now that there's not so much family, such it's spread out, but we have our own families, our own communities. It's sort of like tribes. There'll be different tribes as such, and that's hugely important for me. And that's what I've taken on with my school now, is to make sure we have that family environment still, because at the end of the day, that's actually what matters. The jump is just an excuse for the rest. The beauty of Switzerland is that you can work together with the authorities and the rescue teams and things like that to keep positive input, to keep it legal, and work together rather than opposite to each other. So, like the Australian police will say, no, you can't do that. First thing I'm going to go do is do that, But with you work with the authorities, you can work together and make it safer. So we don't have to sneak around in the middle of the night to jump. We can jump openly, safely. It's a young sport, and it's really important to keep that open-mindedness, and that's where Switzerland's amazing.